Hey everybody, welcome to Board Game Heaven. Today I'm here with the people from Black Box Adventures, Alina and Bas. Hi guys.
Hi.
Hi.
So why don't you tell us something about your company?
Well, we're Black Box Adventures, an indie board game company from the Netherlands. Last year we launched our first board game, Revenge of the Dictators.
Oh, other side.
Yeah.
It was launched on Kickstarter, which was successfully funded. And
Thanks a lot, you guys.
thank you
Love
guys.
you.
Exactly. And the last year was really amazing for us, as it was the very first year when we were able to go to Essen to meet all our awesome backers, and therefore we decided to continue this tradition, and we decided to launch this amazing game, Frutti Di Mare.
Okay, so I understand this is a game designed by Maarten de Schrijver.
Correct.
It's a competitive board game for 2 to 6 players, ages 10 and up. So Bas, what can you tell me about Frutti Di Mare?
In Frutti Di Mare, you're going to play a battle with your army of seafood on a plate of spaghetti and try to become the king of the hill.
Okay, sounds interesting. So, okay, let's have a look at how the game plays. We'll explain the rules and then I'll come back to you guys after that. Okay, so Frutti Di Mare, this is the setup. Here's the plate with spaghetti where the fruity will duke it out. And we've set up a 3-player game. That means you've got 3 starting positions, and obviously when you're playing with 2 players you've got 2 opposite each other, 3 like this in a triangle, and 4 opposite each other, 5 you leave 1 out, and 6 you occupy all of the spaces. You've put your fruity over there in easy reach for everybody. Every player gets these pearls, and this is a prototype, so we'll be having actual drawn punchboard pearls matching the art style, and the standees are currently just paper, but these will also be cardboard in the final version. Alright, so we've set up the game. We've got our coins here. Every player has a color of standees that you use to put your fruity on that you recruit. Alright, so Bas, you start out with your king crab.
Yes. So every player starts with 1 king crab, 1 cunning calamari, and 1 mighty mussel.
Alright.
Get over here. You can cut that out.
Cunning calamari. So, and the final version will have both sides printed with the illustration on it, so you can easily tell what it is wherever you're sitting. And the stands in the final version will also be different, and these they'll be more cardboard friendly.
Yes.
Okay, so at the start of the round you begin with your first units, which is your king crab, your mighty mussel, and your cunning calamari.
Exactly.
Okay.
So first is the first phase, that is the income phase. At the start of a player's income phase, that player will get 1 coin just for playing, and then he will get 1 coin for each of his worker fruity. The worker fruity are the mighty mussels and the shimmering scallops. If you have those in a worker spot, so in the prototype version that's a spot with a shovel, in the final version it will be a spoon.
Yes.
You'll get 1 coin for each mighty mussel and 2 coins for each shimmering scallop.
Okay.
Alright, let's put those aside again. You can find all of those statistics in the lovely menus we got. So you'll see each attack, defense value, and the movement points for each fruity. Behind the fruity will be the recruitment cost. So the more coins it costs, usually the stronger the fruity will be.
Alright.
So that gets us to the second phase, that's the recruitment phase. In each base, the player has 2 recruitment spots. If you have those free, you can use those to recruit new fruity with your coins.
Yeah, so these are the only spots where you can enter new fruity.
Yes.
Alright.
Yes. There's one exception, and that's the creamy caviar. If you use that, you can sacrifice it during your turn, and it will be a new recruitment spot on the board.
Okay.
So it can be a recruitment spot anywhere.
Wherever that unit is
when you,
at that moment. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So basically they hatch into a different unit.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that's the recruitment phase.
Yes.
Then is the action phase. In the action phase, you can walk with a fruity, move a fruity, and then choose to attack if you want to. However, you cannot attack and then move.
Okay, so you always move first if you want to,
Yes.
and then you attack.
Yes, correct.
Okay, so let's try this out. So say it's my turn. So I start with my calamari or my mussel, and in the menu it says that my mighty mussel can move 2 spots. So, and I want to put it somewhere where I can obviously gain resources. So in this case, I might want to put my mussel 2 steps onto this spoon in the final version, which means that in my next round I'll get coins.
Yes, in your next income phase.
Yeah, exactly. And this one is the cunning calamari, which is basically a cheap attack unit, right?
Yes.
Okay, so and this one moves 2 spots as well, so I'll just try and move that towards the center to clear the way for my king crab.
Yeah.
So
just one thing you forgot.
Yes.
That's your income phase.
Mhm.
You already received 1
yes.
coin.
All right, so that's my first coin. So I've moved these. I received my income first, of course, and then I can still move my crab as well. I can move all my units basically.
You can move all your
Yeah.
units.
But-
Although,
Yes.
if you look in the menu,
Mm-hmm.
the king crab has 0 movement points.
Exactly.
So you're wondering, how can you move the king crab? Well, the king crab can give inspirational speeches, as these on the bottom here.
Mm-hmm.
He can give 1 speech each turn.
All right.
The first speech, long live the king, will gain you a pearl and will let the king crab move.
Okay. And these pearls, you can have a maximum of 5, as indicated here on
Yes.
your plate, and they also serve as the king's hit points.
That's correct.
Okay, so if you lose all of your 5 hit points, you're out of the game. All right. Okay. Good. So I might want to do that. I can give my long live the king speech, and it will allow him to move 1 spot.
Yes.
So this counts as the first spot. Then?
That's the first spot,
And
yeah.
I get a new pearl.
Correct.
All right. What happens then?
So I guess that's your turn.
Yeah.
For now.
Okay.
So then it's up to the next player.
Mm-hmm.
They always play clockwise.
Yeah.
So for example, this one moves here. This one moves 2 spots over there. Say long live the king.
Mm-hmm.
It gains a pearl. That's the next player again.
Yeah.
Over there. This one over there. Long live the king.
Yep. So then it
All
gets
right.
interesting because now it's my income phase. I get 1 for just simply
Yes. Let's not forget
still being in
this
the
income
game.
phase.
Yeah. So
Yes.
that's my 1 for surviving.
Yes.
And I get another 1 for my mighty mussel who is on a
Yes, that's
income
correct.
spot. Okay, so I get another 1. Then I can move. So I could choose to advance, or maybe I just want to keep this one here. Although, when do I buy new fruity? At the end of the beginning of my turn?
After your income phase.
After my income phase. So
So
before
you-
I start
Before
moving.
you start moving, yeah.
So
Before your
that
action phase.
would be now.
That will be now.
Okay,
yes.
so let's have a look. I've got 3 coins, so I could buy any of these up to the school of sardines. That looks tasty, so yeah, I'll grab the school of sardines. That's over here. I'll take one of my color bases and I put it on the stand, and I have to put it in one of the recruitment spots.
Yes.
So that's the only one that's
One for
available, so it's in the spot I can put it. And then I could move my units.
Yes.
Alright, I'll move this one 2 spots, I'll move this one 2 spots, and this one can move 3 spots. So I'm gonna move that 1, 2, 3 over there, and my king is gonna give another motivational speech to free up that spot. And I'm gonna move it over here, and long live the king, I get another pearl. So basically that's how it goes on. Let's talk about combat.
Yeah, so combat. Well, you need to have your fruity adjacent to another fruity of your opponent, of course.
Yeah.
So, for example, I can move this one 2 spots.
Yeah.
So 1, 2. These are adjacent, and I want to attack you.
Yeah.
I look at the menu, what the attack value is. So for the cunning calamari, that's 1 attack dice. It doesn't have a defense dice, so you cannot defend against. I'm going to just roll my attack die. That's a successful attack.
Yeah. So mine,
And you lose your
dies.
fruity.
And it doesn't go back into the pool, it just, it's removed
It's
from
out
the
of the
game.
game.
Yeah.
Entirely, yes.
Okay.
So the pool will be depleted
Yeah.
during the course of the game.
Alright. So these dice, these attack dice have a hit side, 3 of those. They have a blank side, which is a miss, 2 of those. And they have this burst symbol, that is a special ability for some of the units.
Yes.
Okay. And of course, if that's appropriate, then it's printed next to the units that have that. Okay, so that's clear. So you win by either getting your king crab onto the center spot, then you immediately win, ends the game. Or if you have a royal unit, one of these royal fruities, this one, and this one, and these 3, they're, I assume, a bit tougher than the rest.
They are, yes.
And if you get one of those units to the center and you manage to survive a whole round, then you also win the game.
Yes.
Alright, that sounds very straightforward.
And of course there's one more chance to win. And that's to eliminate all other king crabs on the plate.
Yeah. Alright. So, Frutti Di Mare, my final thoughts. Well, I found this game to be very enjoyable. The theme is amazing. I think it's one of the most funniest themes I've played all year. And it's quite easy to learn. It plays relatively fast. After one play you got it, you got all the tricks. And it's easy, accessible, and it has a lot of strategy. For a relatively simple game, it has a lot of depth. And you can really get into a lot of strategy, and it's very competitive. And you can go on the offense, you can go on the defense, and depending on people's play styles, this may take you a bit longer, especially if you're playing with 6 players, and you're going to want to go after the other people's king crabs and eliminate them as fast as possible. And well, it's very interesting. There's a lot of choices, and one of the most fun things I found about this game is the thematic feeling, because every time you've done your round, you take your menu card and you're sitting at the table checking which new fruity you're going to recruit and how much money you have, and it's really like you're sitting on a table with your big plate of pasta looking what to order next round. That is just amazing. I really like the game. I think it's really worth checking out, so go check it out on Kickstarter right now. Frutti Di Mare by Black Box Adventures. Thanks for watching, please subscribe, and see you next time on Board Game Heaven. And I really think you should go and back this on Kickstarter, like right now.